Hey, what up everyone, this is MandoAllDay back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing a build guide for Spider-Man. I'll be going over the artifacts they use, medallion insignia, as well as go over the powers, talents, and trades, the hero synergies, and at the very end show you my rotation and give you some tips and pointers as far as how I was able to pass Cosmic Trial without using any infinity points with Spider-Man. So let's get right into it. First thing we'll look at are the artifacts. So the first artifact is Advanced Crimson Crystal Sidorak. I'm using this for the +2 strength, health increase, and physical damage rating increase. And also, there's a 2% chance when you hit to create a shield which absorbs 6,300 damage. Again, I'm using this mainly for the strength because his traits are strength and fighting. So obviously for the +2 strength, the health, and physical damage rating, which is really good. And this is a really good artifact for him. Next is Taskmaster's Fighting for Loser's Guide. This is a good artifact because this grants me dodge rating increase, critical hit rating to range and melee attacks, which is perfect because he's a hybrid, melee and range. This is perfect for him. Defense rating increase, deflect rating increase, damage rating increase, and damage rating to bosses is increased. So again, very good artifact because as for my particular build, I am using a hybrid build. I am using both melee and range, so this is really perfect. Then I'm using Skull Avengers Medallion. I'm using this for the attack speed increase, health increase, and +1 strength. But also 2, when you hit with the melee power, you increase your melee damage. And when you hit with the range power, you increase your range damage. So again, very good because this is a hybrid build, so this is perfect. And also 2, when you hit with both effects, melee and range, you gain +2 fighting. So meaning that with my build, I'm always going to get that +2 fighting. So it's going to help me with my base damage. Next, I'm using this Ultra Bi-Level Concussion Projector. I'm using this for the damage rating with enemy slow status, brutal damage rating, +2 strength, and 3% chance when you hit to deal 130,000 physical damage rating, which is good. This is a really good artifact because with Spider-Man, again, depending on the build you have, what this artifact does is it increases your damage rating versus enemies with slow status. So if you have like a web or something like that where it increases I believe with one of the powers here, it slows down the enemy, and which in turn, with this artifact, your damage rating is increased with enemy slow status, which is really good. So if you use, I believe this one right here, yeah, slow. But also this artifact grants me brutal damage and +2 strength. So if you use web spray, this is a really good artifact because it increases your damage rating by 676 when you hit enemies with slow status, in which web spray does cause slow. So keep that in mind. Next is Mayhem Demon Blood. I'm using this for the health increase, physical damage rating increase, and when you get 10 stacks, you gain +2 fighting and +2 speed. Again, very good when you get that stack and that buff, and obviously for the physical damage rating and health increase. For the Forge, 800 defense, and I have it blessed to where I gain physical damage rating increase, move speed increase, critical hit rating increase, damage rating to movement powers increase, -2 webbing cost, basically spirit, and 2% chance when you hit with the movement power to gain 200 critical hit rating and 2,000 critical damage rating. This is a very good blessing because obviously it helps out with all of Spider-Man's powers, specifically with his build because I am using a movement, physical damage, melee, and range build. So having this blessing is really good. For the legendary Savage Axe, I'm using this for their physical damage rating, critical hit rating, brutal damage, and brutal strike rating, which is really good for him. And this is ideal to me personally. This would be ideal for him. Obviously, you want a legendary 80, but this legendary 70 will do for now. For the ring, Industrial Seating Ring, I'm using this for the critical damage rating, critical hit rating to physical powers, attack speed to physical powers, health increase, and when you hit with the physical power, gain 121 damage rating for 10 seconds. This is a pretty good ring, industrial. But personally, if you have this particular ring, if you have this ring right here, which is Sling Ring of Kamatage, no, not this one. I'm sorry. This one right here, Midtown Guardian Signet. I'm sorry. If you have this one, this would be ideal. And me personally, I would switch this out. Switch out Industrial City with Midtown Guardian because for my particular build, this is a melee. This is a movement build where a lot of the powers are movement, and so with this ring, when you use a movement power, gain the Midtown momentum buff, which grants you, giving you 21% damage bonus for 5 seconds, which is good. When you hit with Midtown Boss, so it's irrelevant. And 4% chance that when you are attacked to gain the Midtown Manhattan Vengeance buff, increasing your critical damage by 426. That's good. But also 2, in green lettering here, 30% chance that when you hit with a movement power for your next movement power to be a critical hit, which is really, really good because a lot of these powers are all movement. I mean, I have here, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his powers are movement. So again, meaning that I'm most likely always going to get that critical hit rating. So again, this is a really good ring, but I personally would use Midtown ring, but it's all preference choice. All right, and then for the uniques, I'm using all his uniques. These are all his uniques as you can see right there. For the costume, I am using Spider-Man's future foundation costume. Catalyst, I have it to where I gain 35% movement speed for 5 seconds when you use a med kit, gain 418 health when you hit, mental and energy damage, which is irrelevant, and +3 strength, which is good. Cosmic is after using a signature, gain 1000 damage rating for 4 seconds. Crafted affixes, critical damage rating as always. Radioactive bonus, 10% chance that when you are hit to gain 1000 maximum health for 10 seconds, which is good. And it has the 1000 defense rating as well. So it's a really good, decent procs that it gives me here. Insignia, I'm using Insignia of Quake. I'm using this that when you hit with any power, you and your allies gain 383 area damage for 8 seconds. When you hit an enemy, there is a 3% chance to knock enemies in an area down for 3 seconds, dealing physical damage rating, which is not too much. But I'm using this for the dodge rating and damage rating to area powers. This is an okay insignia, not the best one. I will use something else, but this is the only thing I had that was decent and that was viable enough for all its powers. So it's an okay insignia, it's not bad, but I will use something else. And for pet, I have it to where I take 1% less damage from all attacks. Move speed is increased by 3%. Critical damage rating increase. When you use a signature power, gain 1000 maximum health for 10 seconds and +3 durability. I would definitely change the +3 durability to either fighting or strength, but again, I didn't have enough uniques at the time, so this would do for now, but I would definitely change the durability to fighting or strength. And for team up, I am using Spider-Gwen. Alright, let's get into the powers I use. As always, top to bottom, left to right. Spider Brawl. There. And there. Arachnid Assault. Spider Slam. Web Sling. Evasive Web Sling. Leaping Assault. Amazing Smash. I'll go over those talents and traits in a bit. Infinity points, as I usually state, I didn't use no infinity points at all for this particular build, and for me to pass Cosmic Trial. Hero synergies. Cable for the critical hit rating multiplier. Dr. Doom for the signature damage increase. Hawkeye for the move speed and critical damage increase. Moon Knight for the critical hit rating to physical powers. Nightcrawler for the melee damage increase. Rogue for the health on hit, 1 spirit on hit. Squirrel Girl for the damage rating to bosses. War Machine for the +10 webbing and +1 fighting. Winter Soldier for the melee and range powers damage increase. And Wolverine for the Budo Strike and Budo damage rating. Now for the talents and traits. The first row I'm using is Amazing Acrobats. So gain 25% dodge rating multiplier for 5 seconds when you use a movement power. Movement power damage is increased by 10%. So it's really, really good. And also too, when you use a movement power, gain dodge rating multiplier stacked up to 3 times. So again, that's 75% right there. And as I mentioned, I have about, how many again? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my powers here, or 5. 5 of my powers are movement, so most likely I'm going to get this dodge rating multiplier. So that's always a good thing. So I'm using that for that reason. But also too, this increases my movement power damage by 10%. So as I mentioned, I use up to 5 movement powers, so it increases the damage by 10%. Hence why I chose this. Second row is Jumping Spider. So what this does is when you use Spider Slam or Evasive Web Sling, reduce the cooldown of Leaping Assault for 2 seconds. Leaping Assault does damage 100%. So Leaping Assault is this power right here. It looks something like this. And so with this particular talent here is that when I use Spider Slam and Evasive Web Sling, which is these two right here, which is Spider Slam, which is these two right here, with Evasive Whip, which I'm using, it reduces the cooldown of Leaping Assault, which I just showed you, by 2 seconds. So right now the cooldown is 8 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Leaping Assault, and then after I'm going to use Evasive and then Spider Slam, so you can see how it reduces. So here we go.
Stick around.
Not too crazy, but the good thing, it increases the damage by Leaping Assault by 100%. And it's really good because in combination with Amazing Acrobats, you get that 10% damage increase to movement powers, and Leaping Assault is a movement power, so getting 100% damage increase is really, really good. Third row I'm using is Combined Strikes. So Evasive Web Sling uses a web line to dive kick enemies, dealing 200% additional damage if you have used Spider Slam within 5 seconds. Max charges is 2, so it increases it by 2. I have 2 now. And then Spider Slam uses a web line to dive kick enemies, dealing 100% additional damage if you use Evasive Web Sling within 5 seconds, 2 charges. So basically what this means is that when you use if I use Evasive Web Sling right now, if I activate Spider Slam within the 5 seconds, within 5 seconds of me using Evasive, Spider Slam gains, I believe it's, 150% damage, additional damage increase. So how you can tell it's easy. So what I'm gonna do right now is, I want you to see the damage for Spider Slam. It's 52,000 right now. So I'm gonna activate Evasive Web Sling, and you're gonna see the increase from for Spider Slam from 52,000 to whatever. So again, here we go. So just look at the 52 for Spider Slam. Now it's 125. See that? And it's gonna go down in a bit. Let me go away, and now it went down to 52,000. See that? So basically, what this in short is, if you activate either Evasive Web Sling or Spider Slam, when you activate one after the other within 5 seconds, you're going to increase the damage according to what it says here in this talent. And the good thing about this talent, you get 2 charges. So hence why I'm using this talent, because I'm using these powers. And in combination with this first talent, which is Amazing Acrobats, you gain 10% extra damage to movement powers. Again, you're just kind of stacking you're increasing your damage. All right, the fourth row is Environmental Awareness. So Web Sling gains 2 charges now instead of 1. And when you use Web Sling, dodge rating multiplier by 30% is increased, stacks up to 2 times, and the duration is 5 seconds. So what it does is I gain 2 charges for Web Sling, and also I gain 2 charges now. And I like this because it does, I know this to do quite a bit of damage, but Web Sling also does, the damage is increased by 1% per 250 dodge rating. So that's really, really good, because if you have a lot of dodge rating, it increases the damage tremendously. And in this case, I have 10% right now. But according to this, the dodge rating multiplier is increased by 30% when you use Web Sling. So right now we're going to just try it out so you can see how it looks. So right now, Web Sling does 44,000 damage, and when you activate one Web Sling, you're going to see the damage is increased. So there you go. And then another one. Now 15% and with 44. And now the physical damage, the damage increased by a few, like 5%. Now we'll go away. Now we'll bring down to 10. Okay, so keep that in mind. Last row I'm using Amazing Impact. So Amazing Smash, which is signature, no longer deals damage over time or immobilizes enemies, but it gains 200% in damage increase. So with this particular talent, the damage for Amazing Smash is increased tremendously, which is really, really good. And this is a movement power. So again, with movement power, with this Amazing Acrobats, I gain 10% damage. So hence why I'm using this. So I'm using this mainly for the damage increase to Amazing Smash. Alright, so those are my talents and traits. Now into my rotation. It's really simple, honestly. So I'm going to break it down to two different parts. And so the first part is just web sling. So when I guess you say my first rotation is web sling, usually twice. After that, I use looping assault, and then arachnid assault, and then from there, just keep using spider brawl. And then once any of these powers are available, activate them. And then, boom, like that. Okay, that's my first rotation. My second rotation is, or second part of this is evasive web sling and spider slam. Now, according to this particular talent, which is combined strikes, as I mentioned, that if you activate one power, and if you activate the other power within 5 seconds of activating the first power, the damage is increased. So what I usually do is always activate evasive, or evasive, spider slam, and then evasive, and then spider slam. That way I gain the damage according to this here. And it's very simple. So when it's evasive, spider slam, and then evasive, and then spider slam. It looks something like this. Boom, just like that. You can even do it again if I wanted to. And the reason why I do this, as mentioned, is because I want to gain that actual additional damage. Because according to this talent here, the damage is increased either by 200% or 150%. It really depends on which one you use first. So hence why I always use these two combined together. Hence why I mentioned that I'm going to break it down two different parts in terms of my rotation. Because the first part is web sling, leaping assault, arachnid assault, and then spider brawl. And then the second part is evasive, spider slam, and then repeat. Okay, simple. So how does that all look combined all together? Very simple. I'm going to just show you. It's literally left to right, and then just these two, like evasive, spider, and then first part. Right? It looks something like this. And then you can just do spider brawl. And then once you cool on the raidable, do it again. Do it again. 2. And then spider brawl. And once you're there, you go, just like that. Do it again. It's that simple. That simple. Now doing my third rotation, however you want to call it, or second, is incorporating signature. Now, what I would do is, before you activate signature, I would highly recommend that your cooldown powers are available, because according to this catalyst right here, after using a signature power, gain 1000 damage rating for 4 seconds. And that's important to know, because the good thing about Spider-Man's signature, it goes by as soon as you activate it, it's pretty fast. It's not like it takes like a long time and everything. It's really quick. He jumps up, slams, and then you have the 1000 rating. So what I usually do is, before I activate my signature, again, I want to activate these buffs right here, like this one right here. So what I usually do is do one range, do one of a web sling, and then spider brawl. And then once that, then signature, and do my rotation as quick as possible, but just once. But you want to use these two, which is the second part of my rotation. I want to use evasive, web sling, and spider slam twice as fast as possible. That way I can take advantage of that 1000. So it looks something like this, but again, it's very simple. I want to use web sling, spider brawl, signature, and then do web sling, leaping, assault, arachnid, evasive as fast as I can. So here we go. Oh no, and boom. It's a little slow, but there you go. It's a little slow, but I'm hoping you get the picture. And again, the important thing is, in me showing this, the more important thing is try to take advantage of that 1000 damage rating for 4 seconds, because the more you take advantage of it, the more you can do damage. Again, that's one way to doing it. Another way of doing it is you can do the same thing, which is web sling and then spider brawl, signature, but then right after amazing smash or signature, use evasive, web sling, and then spider slam, and just do it twice. So I'm gonna show you same thing, but instead of doing all the powers, I'm just gonna do web sling, spider brawl, signature, and then evasive, web sling, spider slam, evasive, spider slam. Looks something like this. You want to do another one, whatever. Just like that, and that one went down. Okay, so again, it really depends on you, but me personally, I would probably do it to where I do signature and then do these two, evasive, spider slam, and then do it again, and then do them a rotation if given time. That way I can take advantage of that 1000 damage rating after using signature, as well as gaining this particular additional damage from this particular talent. And yeah, again, this is my build guide for Spider-Man. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Again, there's two parts: repeat, web sling, leaping assault, arachnid. The second part is evasive, web sling, spider slam, and then evasive, web sling, and then spider slam. Incorporating signature. There's two ways you can do it: web sling, spider brawl, signature, and then do the rotation again, all of them. Or you can do is web sling, spider brawl, signature, and then evasive, spider slam, evasive, spider slam, and if you have given time, then do the other rotations. But other than that, again, Spider-Man's pretty good. I highly recommend him. He's fun. I definitely like him now after the update. But yeah, this is my build guide for Spider-Man. Sorry for this not being uploaded on Thursday. I got caught up with a couple of stuff, interview for position, and then also two interviews. I'm sorry, as well as I had jobs, and it just got a little caught up with work and stuff. So, but at the end though, here I am making the video and did the build guide for Spider-Man. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Any requests for certain characters, leave it in the comment section below. I know one of my subscribers requested Magic. Magic will be uploaded on Monday, as well as another video doing a little I don't want to say announcement, but a giveaway. Just to give back. I won't say too much, but it'll be 2 videos uploading on Monday. It'll be Magic, Cosmic Trial, and then another video. And yeah, again, this is my build guide for Spider-Man. Any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If this video was helpful for you in terms of getting started to play with Spider-Man, leave it in the comment section below. I'm always interested to see if my videos are helpful. And yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with my channel with new and recent content, please do subscribe to my channel, because not only does it help the channel grow, but also means a lot to me as well. And that's it. And once again, guys, this is my build guide for Spider-Man, and until the next one, bye-bye.